Hello YouTube, my name is Plazukas, and I know the title says that I'm the #1 Ikora player in the world, and that is true, but that is only temporary, and that's why I gotta make this video before reset tomorrow, because as of tomorrow, and I don't think I can stop this, or I'm not gonna stop this is another way to say it, because I could, there's gonna be a #1, and their name is Bunnygum. Bunnygum beat me, okay? Unfortunately, Bunnygun over here is now at a point where I believe he's like 500 past me. 70,986. I'm at 70,500, I think. And although I could have prioritized the last few days to get Ikora past that to 71, I needed to prioritize my resources to other things because I believe Ikora is strong enough. That does not mean that week 3 I will not reclaim my title as the #1 Ikora in the world. But I need to get this review done as the #1 Ikora in the world before the reset. Otherwise, the #2 really can't speak with authority on what this character is about and how she rates inside this game specifically. But before we get to that, let's talk about the other videos that have been happening on YouTube about the girl, the boss, the lady, Ikora. Now, Bunnygum actually is a content creator who is mimicking me. And the greatest form of flattery or whatever else, you know, for somebody that's as good as me, like Michael Jordan levels, is to copy them. And they wanted to do a video of them complete an Echo Stage 30 with Ikora. Okay? Which I'll give them, you know, enough credit for. I've done that already. I was doing that way before that. I did it on Season 1 with Ikora. So, Bunnygum, please take a back seat. You'll have #1 this week, but in title only, not in heart. Okay? Because the heart of Ikora is mine and nobody else's. Then we have people that want to meme on Ikora by making this whole entire raid group full of Ikoras. His name is Jishan, okay? You should be ashamed of yourself. There is only one Ikora. And the fact that you want to have this whole entire gauntlet to make a point or to say that she's underrated or whatever other meme-tastic thing you wanted to do, disrespect. You do not deserve to even have the character Ikora in your roster, period. This is coming from the #1 Ikora in the world. Okay? And then lastly, he said... that's it. That was it. I was going to go here. But, oh, that's right. Oh, and lastly, here we go. Let's play this little video from Game & Merchant Shorts, okay, who talks about re-rolling a new character on a game because he's bored of it, and he's just trying to, you know, find new content by making another account.
Way, but you don't have the resources for it. Or maybe Ikora is secretly underrated? Well, nobody can really... Well, okay, let's forget about Ikora. Nobody can really...
Listen to me, okay? There's one thing you cannot do in Destiny Rising, and that's forget about Ikora. I mean, ultimately, I don't want anybody else playing Ikora besides me. Okay, so if nobody else wants to play Ikora, totally fine. I will do it, and when I do, usually people leave the team, they rag on me or whatever else. I don't care, okay? The boss don't care. We don't care. We're a team. We're inseparable. And every content that comes out, no matter how difficult, no matter if it's full of servitor shinkas that require rapid fire things that she cannot possibly break, I will play her. And I will hit those shinkas, servitors over and over again for 24 hours straight. Because that's the kind of level of devotion I have for my girl Ikora. However, now we need to get to the brass tacks and stop the jokes and the memes in this intro video and actually talk about Ikora inside this game specifically. And because I'm a nice guy, all right, I'll get it out of the gate. Ikora still ranks in the B tier of my tier list, and even after a couple weeks or a week after that tier list, she still is a B tier character. Does she outperform certain things? Is she technically undervalued in this game? Yes. Her kit isn't as bad as it looks. However, it should be stronger based on the archetypes. It's not. I question if the developers did that on purpose, or if it's just Destiny Rising, or we'll see it these specific weapons unlock in the future with other characters, depending on their kits and stuff. Her cooldowns specifically are way too long. 30 seconds, 120 seconds, and 30 seconds are way too long for these specific things. Her signatures I can probably understand, but her actual super does very little compared to what other supers do in the game. And it is very positional and situational as to how you can maximize her super specifically. Yes, it has an area effect. Yes, it can do a lot of things that other supers can't because it has a large area of effect. But at the same time, it doesn't have the power that other supers have inside the game. I love it. I've always been a Nova Bomb kind of person. The fact that it's on Ikora makes it really a kinship with me and her, because I'm a Warlock main in Destiny 2, or I was. I don't play Destiny 2 anymore for like 3 years. I will say that her actual kit, that her neutron rebirths, the things that spread out after you do an ability, those things are extremely powerful. And I think those are being slept on as far as the ability to proc certain things after the fact with the fact that they're being Nova. And if you get her maxed out, which I haven't even done yet, so I don't even know what the true value or the true thing is. This is what I could have done if I would have prioritized my resources correctly, but I chose not to, in the essence of Neutron Rebirth and the Weapon Mastery. If I would have done this whole unlock, I think maybe this would make her an A tier, bottom of A tier, but I haven't done that yet, so I'm going to hold off and wait for that, okay? Here's the issue with Ikora. There's not much to say about her. What kind of artifacts do you want to use? Well, I think you use very similar artifacts to what you use from other characters. The difference with her kit is that she is someone that kind of flies around. So if you want to use like an airborne kit, like take 30% less damage while airborne, or dealing damage with signature abilities restores health equal to base damage, those are fine. I just did this because of the numbers here, the 2720. I would unfortunately discourage signature abilities because they are on a really long cooldown, and they don't feel like you can proc them as much as you can Gwen. I don't think signature ability artifacts, specifically with the effects, are the way to go with Ikora. You want to go with airborne, you want to go with like shield, stuff like that, and then any new ones that come out will probably be interesting to see how they work with Ikora specifically. Gain plus 30% weapon damage bonus while shielded. I'm not sure exactly how these all work still, the artifacts itself. I don't know if shielded is overshield or if shielded is some other form of protection. Maybe it's from, maybe it's specifically, this is for Jolder, and I'm playing it wrong, and it's not the right effect for specifically Ikora. Again, I mostly played it because of the numbers, the power differential here. Taking hits while protected by an overshield grants 2.5% damage bonus for 6 seconds, stacks 10 times. I think this is one of the best artifacts in the game, period, universally. I think the fact that most people can get protected by an overshield and take damage while they're in overshield. Obviously, the more overshield, the more damage you take before it's busted, which means it can stack up 10 times to 25%. I actually do think that this is a very slept-on artifact. But again, you can use anything you want. Gain 25% reload speed and 30% weapon damage while airborne. I actually recommend this one in many cases for Ikora. The Bellicose Subgravity in the 4th slot. And then in this slot, you would probably want to go with something like Valiant Subgravity, which is deal plus 20% damage while airborne. Ikora's kit really demands her being airborne. The problem is there's a lot of snipers in this game. A lot of things that like to pick you off and prioritize you in the Grandmaster events, in the Calamity Ops events. And so staying on the ground, being behind cover is actually a little bit more beneficial. So the air stuff is a little bit situational, and I cannot recommend it universally because of that. If it was just like clearly the way to play the game, then that would be what I recommend with Ikora. Now her kit, her actual weapon kit, it's not. There's no debate in this. There's really only one mythic in the game. These legendary and rare do not actually compete, even in Arc or in Solar. They will not compete with the present fleet. Present fleet is best in slot, and I do think that its thumbs up is also the best in slot for her specifically. I think these two complement this actual gun very well, in my personal opinion. Okay, the two-tail fox I've already reviewed as a mid B-tier weapon in the game, which is still true. Unfortunately, when you max this out, it doesn't really do what it's supposed to. The only benefit you get is proccing many shields at higher level, and that really isn't enough to justify it. Yes, it does damage, but it doesn't do as much or you know, the same as something like the Maha Murray or the Heir Apparent or all these other guns at their base level. And that's the issue. When it competes with other exotics, it fails to deliver to the extent that it should. But it's not a bad gun. And specifically on Ikora, you absolutely 100% need this gun. You don't need it fully maxed. One catalyst and maybe a couple different slots here is fine. And I would run with that. And I think maybe at that level, this could outperform that specifically, but it's still in the same element. And I don't think you want to devote more resources into this specific slot with the rocket launcher because of how her kit works. President Fleet is going to be a really good kit for you to use. It is Arc, and she is Void, and I think those two things complement her more. In the secondary slot, you should wait and see what other things get released in the game if you're going to run Ikora in the future, or you're looking for other characters that have that slot. And that's it. She's a B tier character. She could be bottom of A given the right circumstances. She could slip below top of C depending on the right circumstances, but she's right there in the middle. She's a mid character. Small tweaks here and there with weapons, with artifacts, with her kit specifically. If they bring down her super cooldown, could bring her like closer to A and guarantee her in that position. But right now she's, you know, a B tier character. But let me just show you some of the highlight reels with her over the course of the last couple weeks. And I hope you enjoy this review of the person who has been the #1 Ikora in the world. And that will be a distinguishment that I only have for the next 13 hours. So please feel sorry for me and watch these clips. Like and subscribe if you like the video. Bye for now.
Eclipse. What about it?
So you already claimed that. What gun did you choose?
Ooh, I claimed what? An exotic Ingram?
Yeah, go to Gauntlet Ops, Gauntlet Onslaught, and then Clips. And it should be the first clear. You should have a first clear thing. The first time you clear it, it should give you an exotic.
Eclipse. I hit where? Gauntlet Onslaught, Eclipse. Okay, I'm here. But do I hit like Break-In, the Menace?
I don't know, maybe it's because the challenge ended. Maybe it was timed.
Wait!
Screen share.
Wait! Yo, guys, we have the Suros regime coming!
Well, who said that?
No, look, right now. Go to Break-In, hit Eclipse, go to Break-In, and on the mod activity details, look what I just found. What the fuck? I don't think this is supposed to be in the game.
No.
Hit the 3 little lines, hit activity details, hit the 3 lines, and look at the wolf. Look when wolf pops up, look at the gun he has as primary. It's an exotic Suros regime.
Wait, what?
I swear to God, I'm looking at it right
Send
now.
a screenshot to my thing, please.
How do I do screenshot on keyboard?
I don't know. You using Windows?
Yeah.
There's a snippet tool. Use a snippet tool. You know how to use a snippet tool?
Nope.
Just type in snippet, and you can.
Control S.
It could be that as well. I'm not sure how to do the
Control Shift
screenshot.
S. I think it is. Damn.
Actually, I think that might be the one that's
damn, I can't. All right, let me just search it up on you on. Alexa, set AC to 70.
One. We're getting there, boys. We're getting there, boys. We just need 10,000 for Master 2 and for Grandmaster. Okay, let's try it. They're interested, I'm glad. Or did he leave? That's why.
This place lacks balance. Let's fix that.
This one has a chance.
Void energy grows with time.
Son of a bitch.
They should have finished the job. Got what you asked for. Don't test me.
We're a little off on that now, unfortunately. .8 is the mark.
Too late to run.
Great. Oh, how in the fuck did we miss that? What were you doing on the right side, you idiot? Hey, Pandora. Yeah, we would have been fucking amazing. We would have been 380. 384.